Hey, hi, hello, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Super happy to have you here.
Pack your bags. I got a one-way ticket to explore the world tonight. I want you back, so come with me.
Quarantine. I think it's on pretty much all of our minds right now. This didn't really feel real for me until like my recovery meetings in this area started being canceled. I heard that on the mainland things were being canceled, meetings, gatherings, programs
cancel,
moving online. I didn't really think that would happen here. I thought we could maybe still meet outside. As someone in recovery, I know that fear and isolation can be very dangerous for us. We get all in our heads, and there's a quote that's like, when you're in your own head, you're behind enemy lines. And I think that's really true for me. I can get really caught up in my head if I don't have someone else's perspective, especially if I don't have someone else in recovery who can give me that perspective because they understand the way that I think. My head itches. This is just going to be a trying time for us, but I just wanted to give you some tips for staying sober in quarantine. What I'm doing now that I have a lot more time at home, and now that I can't like really go to meetings. We're still having meetings online. If you need a meeting, there's meetings online all the time. That's a thing that's already happened for people who are traveling or like in different parts of the world where there aren't meetings. That's my first tip. Stay plugged in. We're super lucky that we have this technology. Yeah. Also, another good tip right off the bat. Actually, I'll just give you two more right off the bat, and then we'll get into like some more like
fun, groovy things, ways we can spend our time to occupy our mind.
So the second tip with staying plugged in is calling people. Call someone, ask them to tell you their story, and then tell them yours. I think that's a really good way to have that kind of one-on-one interaction when we can't really do it in person. Also, just call people to check in. The third way to really stay plugged in is to listen to speaker tapes. So speaker tapes basically are recordings of people telling their stories. So they're on like Spotify and YouTube. That's super helpful. I do that sometimes when like I'm traveling and like can't get to a program or whatever. I'm actually working on filming my own story. Hopefully that'll be up super soon. When it is up, I'll link it over here or down here. I don't know, somewhere it'll be around. I just want to create this community. I want you to know that I'm still here for you no matter what. I hope that these tips help. One more tip is to read literature. There's a lot of recovery literature. Check in with it. I don't know, read like a paragraph or a page or a story or a chapter. Every morning, get your mind right. If you're feeling a little wavy, that's where the programs are, in the literature. Also, just read all the books that you've been wanting to read that you don't give yourself time to read. If you feel like you really want to be outside, but you can't go outside because of like quarantine and maybe there's like poor weather where you are, grab a book that's about nature. Check that out. You can be inspired to plan your trip for when quarantine is over. You can also probably my favorite genre, unfortunately. I spend way too much money
On self-help books, but
or you can learn something about science.
the book I got for Christmas that I haven't even started reading yet.
Or this is like an kind of like a poetry artsy book. Cool ways to like get creative. Love that. Or just a classic novel. Recovery literature is good to get our mind right, get us some reminders, maybe see some things we need to work on, but also just cuddle up with all of the books that you irresponsibly spend money on, like me. Maybe you don't, but I sure spend a little too much of my moolah on like books, so. Now we're going to turn off the news, we're going to take a break from social media, we're not going to talk about the C word for a while, okay? So I saw someone do this like a few days ago on Facebook Live, and it was so corny and so silly, but it made me laugh really hard. It was good. Okay, what are my emotions right now? How do ducks poop?
With their butt quack.
Oh, also I just want to say I was trying to find like recovery jokes, because I thought that would be funny, but like recovery jokes have just a horrible, dark sense of humor, and it's really got to be the right mood for that. And we just need some like uplifting, silly jokes right now. How do you befriend a squirrel? Act like a nut. Oh, gee willikers. That's a good one. Okay. Oh, I like this one. This one's good. This one's for you, Nick. What do you do when your boat is sick? Take it to the dock. Why was the poor man selling yeast? To raise some dough. Who do you call when the ocean needs a little cleaning?
A mermaid, of course.
What did one shark say to the other as he ate the clownfish? Well, that tasted a little funny. That's a knee slapper. Here we go. Here. This could be recovery related. Why did the skeleton hit the party so low?
He had nobody to go with him.
It's good. It's good. Why was the sand wet? Because the seaweed. Woo. What do baby kangaroos wear when it gets cold? Jumpsuits. Sorry, I wanted to read it like as I was reading it for the first. I wanted to say it as I was reading it for the first time. What am I trying to say? But I read the whole thing. This is a good one. I tried to catch fog yesterday. Missed. Woo! Someone stole my mood ring. I don't know how I feel about that. You can't trust atoms. They make up everything. It's for my nerds out there. It's a good one. It's a good one. Why do mushrooms get invited to all the best parties?
Because they're fun guys.
Can February march? No, but April may. This is depressing. What's the loneliest cheese? Provolone. I'm the loneliest cheese. Why did the hipster burn his tongue on coffee?
Because he drank it before it was cool.
I like that. It's good. Why do melons have weddings? Because they can't elope. Cantaloupe, can't elope. What shoes do bears wear? They don't. They go barefoot. What do cows get paid with? Mooney. That one's so dumb. What did the traffic light say to the car? Don't look, I'm about to change. Why are frogs so happy? Because they eat whatever bugs them. I did find some good like recovery memes. I feel like recovery jokes are like super dark, but I find like really good recovery memes. Dad, what's an alcoholic? Son, you see those 4 cars? An alcoholic would see 8. Dad, there's only 2 cars. I told you, it's like dark humor. This one's funny. This is maybe like the funny like coronavirus recovery meme I found so far. Me and my sober pals trying to figure out how Zoom meetings work. This is why we need our people, you know, that understand how we think. Cause like, you know, anyways, me trying to understand someone who doesn't have a compulsive desire to destroy themselves. This is why we gotta do a lot of work, you know. Yeah. So oh, this one's funny too. Me logging into FaceTime my home group. This isn't new. Like, who would have thought that recovery programs were gonna go online? Like, all of them. This is wild. But, fam, we got this, okay? Next on our quarantine to-do list is some self-care. You know, during my day-to-day life, when I normally have work and society is running, I make a lot of excuses as to why I don't have time for certain things, like giving myself a pedicure. Ooh, back with clean, cute toes. Yes. So rich. So I'm just gonna like let this dry while I spy on the neighbors. Quarantine activities, am I right? I think I could work on fluffy side for a little bit, but next, I'm gonna share with you the yoga sequence that I'm sorry it's so loud up here. There's a street outside my window. I think staying inside, being isolated, it's really important for us to like exercise and meditate, and like my exercise meditation is like doing yoga, getting out of my mind, into my body, taking care of my body, checking in with my body. So another great way that we can use our time is to get creative. How many of us have things that we want to make, or we want to try, or we want to draw, and we just don't give ourselves the time? My cousins and I made shrinky dinks, and I turned some into earrings. You've been mainly seeing me wear these. I just used shrinky dink and an old necklace. I hope that this helped you. Maybe you laughed like a little bit, or maybe you feel inspired to like do some self-care, or read a book, or make some art, or do something that you normally don't give yourself time to do. I know that times are tough, and I know this is a really uncomfortable situation to sit through, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it together. It's gonna be great. We're gonna make the best of it. Take this time. I mean, how many times have you been at work and you just wish you had some time off? Like, take it, let your body rest, stay positive, feel what you need to feel, and let go of it. And the last tip I'm gonna leave you with, be of service as much as you can. Call your grandparents. This is a really lonely, isolating time for seniors. And if there's someone you know that is living by themselves, they're in quarantine by themselves, give them a call, check in. Maybe you live with family, and you could ask like your mom or your auntie or your cousins, or like whoever you live with. You could ask if there's anything they need help with around the house. Think of creative ways that you can give back to the community. Maybe you can tell jokes online and make people laugh. Maybe you could take toilet paper to your neighbor. We can get creative about this. I heard someone is organizing a bunch of children to do a march in front of a senior living facility because no one's allowed to see the seniors right now. And that's super cute. We can really be there for each other, and I hope that you know that you're not alone. You don't have to sit through this alone. Reach out. I hope this helped, and I'll try to be putting out as many videos as I can. one day at a time. There's nothing that a drink can't make worse. Staying sober through all of this is the best thing that we can do. Love you.